Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time it is for you. I'm Cyclone, this Let's Play Train Simulator. We are introducing the EMD SD40-2 Independence Loco today. Why are we going to introduce this today? Well, let's just put it this way. I've already shown it to you, so I might as well actually drive the thing, right? I mean, it's the same train from Sherman Hill, right? Can't be anything unusual. It's the same train. We're going to have an SD40. We probably have a nice model that we're going to be able to use on the mountain and get cars up and down the mountain easily or more difficultly, as the case may be, and we're going to be able to do some great things with this train. This is a beautiful train, by the way. No issues with the fact that we have a train like this in the game, because it's nice to have a fancy livery like this, and it is a Union Pacific livery. DTG has a great relationship with Union Pacific, one of the first trains they developed, and they got access to this train, and I love seeing something like this in the game. It's great to see this. I know there are other versions by Chris and Jarrett's Paint Shop as well, but this was the first one, and well, if you ask some people, it's not the one that they want to use. They say jokes about that, but you know, everyone has their opinion. I'm gonna probably use that one as well, and I'll try it out and see how it works. But maybe I'll try replaying the scenarios with that one. But for right now, these are the official scenarios. We're going to play them with this locomotive. I may have to come back and do the working Wycon with the other one, but I don't know if I'm going to want to do that or not. In any case, let's go ahead and get started with this. We've got three scenarios here. We're going to do them in order of difficulty. So we're going to do the engineer training, which is basically a training mission. We're going to do the second section, the stack. And then we're going to do the career scenario. It's actually a career version of working Wycon. There is a career version. So we are going to be doing that. I'll see you inside the scenario. Welcome aboard Union Pacific SD40-2 3300. This locomotive was painted in a special livery at Union Pacific's Jenks Locomotive Shops in 1994 to honor the United Way. It served across the Union Pacific system in these colors for 15 years. You notice how quickly I had to rush to read that for you? This should have waited another 10 seconds or so before coming up. So that was a little bit of a faux pas. I could edit this because it's a standard scenario, and I would actually be able to save it, but I'm not going to waste time with that because it's just the introduction message. Anyway, we don't need to look at the signal guide here. You can pause and read if you want to. I'm not going to waste time with it because we've already seen this. We know what yellow means caution. We know what green means go. We know what red means stop. Regular traffic lights, right? That's easy enough. The other signal types are actually kind of funky, and are the ones you're going to have to actually read. When you have yellow over green, for example, you're going to have to figure out what those kind of things mean. In any case, HUD. There's our HUD. We know this. Stop. Be quiet. It's basically going to go over all this. I'm going to get ready for our first task. We're going to pick up we're going to pick up fuel diesel. I'm going to just get ready to start doing that right away because I don't like these warnings. So I'm just going to get to work. So we're going back. No, we're going over. Oh, we're going over here. So we're going to go forward, basically, is what we're being told. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to start. Shush! I'm going to start going forward. Make sure the points are set. Ooh, look at all the shunt signals marked on the map. I'm not used to seeing those shunt signals or whatever those are. I think they're shunt signals. You be quiet. So this is set for us now. It was not set for us, but it is now. Let's not speed. Why are you... Go away. Oh, for goodness sake. Oh, finally, an actual task. First, let's proceed to the diesel pump on the adjacent track to fuel UP 3300. You will need to position the diesel at Laramie diesel pump and can use the load icon on the HUD to begin fueling. During this scenario, you'll need to handle a number of your own switches, so keep an eye on the 2D map. Way ahead of you. Already doing it. That's our stop. Let's go. Make sure we clear the switch here. It is obviously set for us now because I went and did that already. And let's look behind us. we have here? I'm way past my point. That's going to probably be a fail. Maybe not. I forgot where the fuel pump was. I thought I had to go back further for some reason. So we're going to go ahead and get to our fuel pump checkpoint. Now that I've gone past it and had my first fail today, that's something you're going to get to see more of over time, I guarantee you. Thankfully, there was not a task to stop at the fuel point because we would have failed. All right. So we're going to hide that. We are at the fuel point. Let's fuel up. So fueling is now taking place, and once fueling is completed, we will be able to proceed. Just watch the mileage going up, so it's just like taking a drink. Let's look at our next task. Our next task is going to go via that. We're going to be heading to Laramie, Maine 3 East, and we're going to be heading down to Laramie Cement, which is down there. We're going to do some stuff down there. So we're going to go via Laramie Cement. Let's look on the, actually we're almost done, so I might as well wait for the task to complete at this point. Let's hide you. Alright, well done, UP33. I didn't put the fuel in. So let's go ahead and start the task right now. We're going to get a message box. Laramie Yardmaster to Engineer UP3300. Proceed running light to Laramie Cement east of the yard. There are 7 freight cars there to pick up. Roger. So we're going to go ahead and set for tie yard, which is right there. We're going to this point. You can see that the switches are not set for us. So it is our job to set the switches. I need to make sure where I am. I am right there. I'm coming down here, so this switch is not set. It is now set. This one is not set. It is still not set. Oh, I'm not at that point yet. Okay, I'm just not at that point. We need to get a little closer in order to activate that. So we're going to get ourselves going now. Back to the regular HUD, by the way. And there's no timetable either. It's a standard scenario, so we're not being timetabled at all. Yes, you can have timetables in standard scenarios. You can fail if you don't meet that timetable, but that is not what this scenario is set up to do. Which is good because it's technically an engineer training scenario, and it would be stupid if you did that anyway. So we're going to go past the many things here at Laramie that are interesting to say the least. That looks like the lumber area. What is the siding there? I'm going to find out what that siding is. I called it lumber track. That's the lumber track. So we're going to make sure our path is set as we go along. Make sure we're also not speeding. We're actually losing speed, so I'm going to put a little speed back on at this point. Let's get back in the cab. We're already clear for tie yard lead. The lights have not come on up here yet, so I don't know what's going on. Oh, that's what's going on. Okay, that track wasn't set. No wonder we weren't getting through there. So tie yard is now set. Where's Laramie 3 Main? There it is. We're set for that track now. Are we set for Laramie Cement? Probably. Oh, it's a regular signal, so we're going to have to wait to get up there in order to get in. So we're good for our path to our eventual destination. We can make sure we are going 15 all the way now, and we're good to go. Now, I can't tell if the entry to Laramie Cement is 10 or 15. This is something that could have been improved in general. If there were speed limit signs that were near each other, no matter where they are, they could have been at different levels. Maybe the track junctions could have been lower on the HUD or something. I don't know. But then I guess if there was an uphill section that was really long, that was really steep, it might not be able to show that properly on the HUD. So I guess that's why they made the decision to just let them clash. The clashing of these speeds together is just not a good combination. You can't read either of them. So you don't know what you're supposed to do without looking at the signs up ahead. And you can't rely on the HUD. To enter the track 3 main line ahead, you will need to request permission. Press tab as you approach the signal. Oh, now you tell me. So they say press tab as you approach the signal. As you can probably imagine, in a real train, there is no tab button. You would actually get up the phone, call the signal, and say, alright, there's signal up here, we need to clear. Alright, you're clear to go. Understand, I'm clear to go. Yeah, you're clear to go. Okay, thank you. And that's basically what happened. Not that I have experience as an engineer, of course. I've just seen something like that on a cab ride video, and I assume that what happens on a cab ride video is real for every situation. It probably is not. I mean, it is only a simulator, not realism generator. So you can see the signal up ahead. We're going to go ahead and push our lovely little tab key, and bing, we have a yellow. So the reason they put that request in there, or put that note in there to pass the signal, is probably because, well, besides the point that maybe it actually works that way in real life, also the possibility that maybe they couldn't program the signal to actually change in the game, so they actually had to make you request the pass in order to get in. But it might work like that in the game too. I've seen, for example, Armstrong Powerhouse scenarios, where you have to request a, and yes, I actually have played a couple, just haven't broadcast any of them yet. And I'm going to at some point. I just want to see what they were like. But I've actually seen where you actually have to stop and request a pass, or you can, again, do it as you just drive along. Not realistic at all, but you can do that. Oh, the signs were 40 and then 60. Beautiful. So you can, I'm not doing my bell either, so I could get fired for that. So basically, he has it set up that some of those yards you have to go into for some of his freight scenarios, you actually have to request to pass the tab signal to go in, which makes sense. Some do operate like that, so I don't question that at all. I probably shouldn't use the radio voice, but when you arrive at Laramie Cement, first couple onto the 2 UP cement covered hoppers on Laramie Central 1 East. Roger. I'm going to assume that's the guy on the radio from Laramie Cement. We're heading to Cement 4. That is not where we want to go. We are now being signaled in to Laramie Cement, so the signal has turned double yellow for us. We're going to want to go over here, and then we're going to want to go over here. That's Laramie Cement 2. No, we don't want to go to Laramie Cement 2. Sorry. Stay where we were on Cement 1. Thank you very much. That's where we want to go. I need to slow down in a hurry, and I'm going to do that in a hurry. I'm going to have to cheat this one, guys. I got the reverser on the other way just in case I need to. Looks like I might not need to. It is a 10 up ahead. Of course, this is a standard scenario, so if we want to barrel in at 30, there is nothing saying we can't do it. And I could have actually gone a little further before I did that. Now I know this, and it infuriates me. It annoys me. It makes me upset. I'm not whistling because there's no reason to. I see a whistle. Actually, I guess I'll whistle to say I'm here. That'll work. So let's put those brakes back on. We need to get down now because we have a lunar red. That means as of the signal, we immediately have a 15, and then we're going to pull into a 10. So I'm now down to 10. I'm very happy with that circumstance. Oh, it's actually a 20 on the lunar red. Sorry. Got my numbers mixed up. It's 10 now. And now for the sleepy part of the journey, ladies and gentlemen. Coupling cars. That car took quite a shake there, didn't it? That's not good. Let's get ourselves back up to 10, shall we? A little more. There we go. Well, that was an unrealistic horn ending, wasn't it? Well, that track looks a little disjointed up ahead. Now it's filling in. So we have cars here, we have cars in number 2, we have cars in number 3, and it looks like we're coupling to all of them. I don't have any gas on at all, by the way, or any diesel, I should say. So I'm going to go ahead and start braking a little bit now. Time to put more back on, that'll do. So we can use our coupling view if we really want to. We can. It doesn't work all the time. You can change your view like this if you need to, but we're going to go to the regular 6 view, and we can see that we are now coupling to this engine, or to this car. We are connected, reversal, and when the yard hand's near us now. Now also pick up the 2 empty UP3 chute hoppers on the adjacent track. Okay, got it. So we're going to get out of coupling view, we're going to get in the train, and we're going to have cars in front of us. That's fantastic. So they expect us to drive the train this way, are they? We're supposed to drive the train this way. Okay. Alright. I'm game. Where are we on the track? We have to back up to that signal, or that junction rather. There is the junction, so we're going to go ahead and just have our yard guy stand by over here to flip the switch for us. I'm going to hit the brakes on the actual train. And there we go. And now that that's done, I'm going to put the reverser in the other direction. We're going to move ourselves back forward. And you can see that we're going to come back in this direction, just like that. Excellent. So you can see our coupling view is useless now. In fact, yeah, the coupling view is absolutely useless now. So we're just going to have to ride the car in front, which is now the front of our train, and hope that we do this correctly. So we're going to change our view like this a little bit. Little brakes. That is that. Now moving on to track number 3. Now take these 4 cars and pick up the 3 UP cements covered hoppers. Grammar's bad on this one. On Laramie Cement 3. So we're going to go ahead and clear these tracks. The switch we're looking for this time is all the way back here. So let's just get in the cab and we're going to go ahead. Oh. Oh. That's not useful. That's not... You know what? I'm just going to ride like this. I don't care. Well, this could be a problem. Okay, this is going to be fun. These are what we're picking up. These are what we're picking up. Can you see the potential problem here? That's going to be fun. Just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, Sherman Hill was sold as part of a new package called Battle of Sherman Hill, or Battle for Sherman Hill, or whatever it was, in May of 2020. They never fixed the route. So this cement thing, it's not game breaking, but it certainly is weird having to go through this thing. Now maybe it's part of the scenario. Maybe it's not actually on the route itself. Maybe it's part of the scenario. Let me just be optimistic and say that maybe the scenario has it. That may be the case. So an errant placement of some scenery that doesn't need to be there. It is just a scenery object. So with something like that is not actually track infrastructure. It's actually scenery. You can put whatever buffer you want at the end of a track or in the middle of a track as you want, and it's not going to affect anything. We're coming up on the signal, so we're going to have to stop at the signal. We're going to also have to watch for that switch that we're looking for. There's that switch that we're looking for. So I can now go ahead and I can hit the brakes. The signal has been switched. I can now proceed forward again as such. Now here's the only problem. I may have to hit the other switch. So let's check this before I go too fast here, or too far. Yeah, we need to go over here. We're going to 3. So that's now switched. We can now ride on the back of the train, just like that, which I didn't line up correctly, but we'll take it. Now we're not going to have to put that switch again. That's the good news. This is the switch we're going to worry about when we come back. In the meantime, let's zip ahead to that buffer, shall we? Because you're going to get to see something that does not work in real life. So you can see the buffer here at the end of the, at what would normally be the end of a track. Unfortunately, we have cars behind it. So what are we going to do? We're going to just try to push this thing off the track because we don't care. Well, that's awkward. Okay. That's the back of the train there. Pardon the weird cab switch there. Oh, I didn't want to brake. I did not want to brake 100%. Back it up. Back it up. Keep going. Keep it going. Thankfully, that was not an emergency brake. Not that matters anyway. We don't have points in this scenario. There we are. We're ready to return to Laramie, but the Yardmaster is going to hold us out for other traffic. Switch your consist into Laramie Cement 4 and we'll take a break for lunch. Can I just ask a question? Why is Laramie 3 not good enough to wait and have lunch? Are more cars coming in while we're having lunch? Is that what's going on? Are we going to pick up those cars on the way back too? Like, what's going on? Why are we being moved to Cement 4? It's the exact same purpose as Cement 3. I don't understand. Anyway, we're going to go back to the front of the train again. which is inside here, and you can actually see that there actually is a track ending right there. So if you go back here, you do derail. That's where the buffer is supposed to be, but they put it all the way back out there. So instead of having the buffer back there, we basically get to run through it again. Excellent. Excellent. So that's where the buffer is supposed to be, way back there. It got moved out here. So that's what happened. The buffer's not where it should be. And if I find that I'm later doing a scenario where we have to work in this yard, I may very well move that buffer. I'll think about it. So we're going to be utilizing this signal. There's plenty of room for the train to stop here. We don't have to worry about the signal here. So I call this a signal. There's plenty of room for the train to stop before the signal. So we're just going to go ahead and switch this buffer when we need to, and we should be good. So our engineer, or rather I should say that our helper is on the back of the locomotive to, you know, watch the signal and tell the engineer in the train when to stop. I'm the engineer in the train, but I'm also acting as the yardman right now. So there's actually 3 people here. Fun to know how that works, huh? But real life freight trains can easily have 5 people on them, 4 or 5 people on them. So, yeah. This is just a small pickup task, so it's a more minimal operation. 3 is a good number. So usually 2. But the yard master is usually one of those 2 or 3. So we're done here. We're going to hit the switch. We're going to back up again. We're going to get back on the front of the train, as it's known, just like that. And we're going to go ahead and back into a siding that we really shouldn't have to be in. I'm going the wrong way. Now I'm going the right way. So we shouldn't really have to go into the siding. 3 would have been just fine, but you know, the yard master's the boss. We do what the yard master says. Maybe it's because this is the shortest track of the 2, and that's why they want us on this track. Plus we fit, so maybe that has something to do with it. Now the buffer on this track is actually in the correct position. So, we know from experience that we can run into this buffer just fine on the other track. I don't really want a chance running into it on this one because we could derail and that would be the end of the scenario. But I'm going to go ahead and back up as far as I can, turn the bell off, and call it a day. The front of our train should already be in. Yeah, we're already completely in here. In fact, because the siding actually ends right there, I'm going to actually go ahead and stop about that point. We could have gone a little further, but the siding does actually end. So there's no point really going all the way back here. Let's take one more look at our train as we finish. So we're going to go ahead and sit here for a little while. We're going to eventually be allowed to leave, but it's going to be someone else doing the leaving. We're done here. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're going to have another 2 Independence Loco scenarios for right now. We may get more from the workshop or elsewhere in the future, but for right now, just these 2. You can also go back to my other runs of Sherman Hill and take a look on Arrival of the Thunderheads. I do give it a special guest appearance there as well in both of its forms. Well done. You completed your assignment. Let's find some lunch. Scenario complete. Yeah, okay. Do you have a chef? Anyway, you can also support work on Patreon. You can also join the Discord server. All that's in the description. Like I said, like, subscribe. I will see you next time. If you are leaving, have a wonderful day, evening, or night, whatever it is for your part of the world. But if you are staying, the next video will follow in 3, 2, 1.